Wait a minute, don't change the channel. I'm going to give you some tips on how to succeed in building yourself up in the new year and some tips on how to maintain your goals. So stay tuned with me, the Millennial Coach.
Hey everyone, this is Hill Street Soul, and you're tuned in to the core with the Millennial Coach, discussing topics on real life. Check it out. Everywhere you go, don't forget the ghetto. Listen to the core.
I hope you've had a fantastic Christmas. Welcome back to the core. I hope that your gifts were fantastic and you're preparing to move into the new year. So I just want to talk to you today about setting goals, because setting goals is something that so many people do but fail after the first 2 weeks of the year. So those of you that are deciding to sign on onto into a gym, don't bother do that right now. I think you need to really take your time. So let's get into today's conversation, and welcome to the show of the core. I'm back in the lab and I will be enjoying my new year in by the beach, but it's not going to be sunny because I'm in the UK, so we know that. So I want to talk to you quickly about how to set sustainable goals for the new year. Okay, peeps. So point one of setting a goal is simply do it month on month. And why I'm saying that, right? So let's take a chunk. So, month one, which will be obviously January, you want to be thinking and focusing on what are your immediate needs now. So, you may be working up to going to the gym, but month one is changing your diet. Okay. I'm going to use the gym today as an example because I think it's a really powerful way of moving into a new year, a new you, a new energy, a new experience. And I'm actually wearing like my gym outfit today. So I want to get you motivated to get into the gym and get your life right. Okay. So, month one, change your diet. So this is an audit of your diet. So look at what you have for breakfast. So we know cereals have a lot of sugar content. And those of us that are intolerant to dairy, we know that we struggle to just maintain eating and consuming dairy. And if you're not in pain, then you're having diarrhea or you're having something else. So think about what you could um, transition into. So instead of having cereal that is like, I like Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. I was a fan of Cocoa Pops for many years, but I'm sure that I can't have that long term for sustainability of health. So you may then transition to having one slice of, instead of having two slices of bread, you might have one slice of bread. I like white bread. I'm not going to sit here in front to anybody watching. I love white bread with a fried egg. Those my dad calls me the egg master because I eat eggs every day, but I like eggs because I think that they keep you full, they're easy to cook, and I just enjoy the taste of eggs. So whether they're scrambled or just a fried egg or boiled egg, I love eggs. So you may want to transition from cereal to having oats. And I'm going to completely disregard what the UK government has said that oats is fast food or it's junk food. Listen, oats, if you're in the gym, it actually helps your body have a stable blood sugar. And so your blood sugar doesn't spike. So think about that when you're actually considering changing your diet. So you may have oats instead of a normal cereal, sugary cereal, or you may have a slice of bread and a boiled egg with some avocado. It's that simple. So what I would say to you is map out for the week your breakfast. The second thing is then mapping out your lunch for the week. So you can buy all your ingredients on the weekend. And even if you're not going to food prep, at least you know what you've got in the fridge to eat for the week. And also make it exciting. Think about remedies, get recipes that actually are enjoyable to eat. Because one of the things that we tend to do, right, when we're trying to be healthy, we make these nasty ass smoothies that taste like grass and trash, and you're just like, I don't really enjoy this eating healthy diet. or eating healthy lifestyle, because it's not enjoy. You can't enjoy it. So you've got to find recipes. All the recipes that you may like, you got to find ways to enjoy them. So you might like pies, right? And I'm talking about ones with the puff pastry and that. That's all really tasty. But maybe you should make your own pie with the meat and then have mashed potato instead of pastry on the top. And then put a bit of butter on it, because butter is not bad. Look at how slim French people are. My French friend told me that I was fat once, so and she's very slim. She told me she's going to teach me to eat like a French woman, which I was like, listen, I'm African through and through, so that French business ain't going to work. And if you see me in Paris, what probably one person should have is a choux pastry, one of them. I have a whole box to myself. So I would never eat like a French person. I'm just making that clear. However, the other thing I want to say is when you're mapping out your lunch and your dinners, what snacks do you want to have? So the snacks that I have, and I think this is a very Ghanaian thing, but it's quite healthy, is peanuts and bananas, because of the potassium in the bananas and the protein in the nuts. So think about the things that you can have snacks on. I like sugar. I'm not going to sit here and front. I like sugary things. I like chocolate a lot, and I always say that it keeps me nice and chocolatey. I have lots of chocolate, right? But I like chocolate. So I would definitely say to you, think about, if you like something sweet, I replace it with fruits, watermelon, or I make a smoothie. And my green smoothie, I'm going to give you the ingredients now. And I don't measure stuff. I don't know what African measure stuff. If you're European, you measure everything. Africans, we just make sure it tastes good, right? So I will have a massive, the extra size bag of parsley, spinach, and then I would juice about 5 to 6 bags of celery, right? Fresh pineapple, one whole lemon, one whole lime. And then I would actually put some matcha powder, like a lot, just put a lot in it. And also add 2 long drips of iodine. So, women, if you're struggling with any menstrual issues, iodine's great for your reproductive system, as of matcha powder. So, this is why, as a woman, and also maca root powder, I put a lot of that in my smoothies. And sometimes I add some sea moss powder with bladder wrack. So, those of you that understand the power of herbs, this is something that I would encourage you to add. So, make a juice. And then what I tend to do, this is a really great tip. You see all those old mayonnaise glass bottles? Think about what you can use those, repurpose them. The mayonnaise glass bottles, the pickle jars, the I don't know, pickled eggs, pickled onions, all of that. All those type of glass jars, save them. When you finish making a massive batch of juices, then you pour them in and freeze them straight away so they retain the nutrients. Why I do that? Because every night before I go to bed, I take out a jar of juice and put it in the fridge. So the next day I have a fresh juice that I can have every day. So this is the thing, is that people, I'm closer to 50 than I am 40, right? So why I'm saying this is that people don't think I'm the age that I am. I don't look the way I look because, well, I do think it's genes. And I actually asked my dad once and my mum, I said to them, have you ever suffered from acne? African diet. Well, I know Ghanaian diets, they've got a lot of oil, but they don't tend to have a lot of sugar. They have a lot of starch. So I reduce a lot of the starch and I don't eat African food as much, but I do enjoy a lot of the fresh produce that comes out, like spinach and aubergines. This is what we eat a lot of. And, my dad will, look, the meat is already dead. The man is killing the meat times 10. Come and see what he does in the oven. He will bake the meat for about 12 hours and then he will now cook it in the stew. I'm like, Dad, they already killed the animal, so there's no need to overkill the animal again. So this is the kind of stuff that but he likes it well done. Africans, I like it well done. I like it well done. So this is what you have to work with. So these are the things that I definitely will say to you. In month 1, you have to have incremental goals. Month 2, now join the gym. So then have a regime where month 1, you've now got your food down pat. Month 2, you start going to the gym, but don't go to the gym and start pulling weights and start acting crazy. What you need to start doing is slowly build into it. So start with light cardio And then you might in week 2 add a weight just to the arms. Week 3, add weights, start doing weights on the legs as of the arms and have cardio. By week 4, you have a routine. Do not rush into these things. Month 3, if you're somebody that you know you need to increase your knowledge and you're changing your life, you want to change your career, you've got your food and your exercise down pat, great. Month 3, you want to now move on to what books do I need to learn or read and learn some new skills? Do I need to join a group? So every month, create a plan of action for one new goal. Because when you get to the end of next year, what you're going to find is that you have successfully achieved 12 things in your life that has completely changed your life. What we tend to do, we stick to one thing and we try to really work on that. And then sometimes we decommit because we don't know what we're doing, or we're struggling, or we're having issues, or we just feel like this is overwhelming. And those of you like me, if you're trying to do 9 billion things at once, we're never going to achieve anything, because everything's going to be literally undone because you're doing too many things at once. So if we think about the power of incremental goals each month, that is going to actually give you sustainability, and it's actually going to give you peace of mind, because those goals are going to show you that you can achieve things. But you've got to be consistent. So you've got to get into acquire new habits in your life that turns into a new lifestyle. Don't think about, I need to worry about what X, Y, this person's doing. That person, that works for them, doesn't necessarily work for you. So I really want you to think about, what do you need to do differently in order for you to show up for yourself, and also compare yourself. What you did this week, was it better than last week? You are the only person in your life that can actually validate whether or not what you've done has been successful or unsuccessful. The other thing I want you to think about, when you are doing incremental goals, sometimes you get overwhelmed or you get tired because you're not seeing the results. I feel that way sometimes. It's frustrating. Talk to someone who's achieved the goal. That will give you an understanding of some of the peaks and valleys that you go through when you're working towards something of value in your life. Your life is always going to have challenges when you're working and trying to get to the top of the mountain. But remember, somebody has done it before you. So don't think that it's impossible, because everything is possible when it even feels impossible, because somebody else has achieved it. And the thing is, in some aspects, you will find a lot of people that haven't achieved it, but you just have to keep looking, because you will find that one person that you're like, where have you been all my life? I've had those experiences where I didn't know someone like you existed. So those are the things that I want you to think about. Incremental goals. One goal, give it some legs, and then set a new goal. And you may decide that you don't want to have a monthly goal. You want to have it every 2-month goal. So you don't just achieve, you might not achieve 12 things, but if you achieve 6 things, a half of that, just think about what your capacity is in your goal setting. Don't worry about, this person achieved X so quickly. Remember, some people have more money than you, so they have more outlet of getting more staff. So you're not going to have the speed, because you don't have people that are going to help you build what you need to build in the time frame you want to build it in comparison. So comparison of others in the new year will steal your joy. I know I've compared my life, and why haven't I got to this stage in my life, and why haven't I got to that stage, and blah, blah. But after a while, you're like, you know what? I have to be happy with where I am, because in order to get to the next stage, you just have to give thanks and have gratitude for where you've got to in this time. There is absolutely nothing that you can't achieve. And this is even note to self, because sometimes I know some of you, if you're like me, you can be really hard on yourself. And that is so frustrating. So, as the new year approaches, create an incremental goal plan. Number 1. Number 2, give yourself grace. If you get tired, know that you need a break. It's okay. Number 3, ask for help when you're struggling. We often think that we are alone. And those of you that are, as they call them now, the chosen ones or the strong ones, and you don't have to be an extrovert to be the chosen or the strong one, right? You may just be somebody who really has a huge vision, but sometimes because your vision's so big, you feel so overwhelmed. Go to people who have already achieved this, ask them for help. Somebody recently, where is his book? I don't know if some of you can, that's not him, sorry, this is Boardroom. So someone gave me a book recently. I'm going to try and share it with you guys the next time I speak to you. But someone gave me a book recently, and he's become a very successful multimillionaire, and it's about having successful mastermind groups. And he's run a lot of mastermind groups. If I call him, he's like, I'm in Malaysia, I'm in Ghana, I'm here, I'm in Singapore, and the thing is, I just saw him like 2 days ago. So when you're seeing someone's success, but he's had to build it. And the thing is, this man lost everything because his business partners literally overextended themselves by utilizing the finances in his business. So imagine you're married, you've got young kids, and you have to start your whole life from scratch. So I hope that's been helpful. The new year is upon you. Please just think really carefully about what you want and what you need to thrive in life. Because if you can make one step, and it could just mean also month 1, network with new people. That one step could change your life. I'm the Millennial Coach. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and have the most amazing new year. Much love.